Welcome back to TechSphere, everybody. Ready for a deep dive that might just change how you think about the web?
I am. Today we're tackling Node.js, how it took this language, JavaScript, that was basically trapped inside your web browser and turned it into, well, kind of a big deal in the world of server-side development.
No kidding. I mean, for years, if you wanted to build anything dynamic on a website, JavaScript was your go-to, right?
Right. But it was limited to the client side, the stuff happening in your browser.
Yeah. So then 2009 hits the calendar.
Yeah.
And boom. What happened then?
Node.js exploded onto the scene, and suddenly everything changed. See, Node.js was built on this super powerful JavaScript engine from Chrome called V8, and it basically gave developers the keys to use their existing JavaScript skills, which were already super valuable, but now they could use them for back-end development, the server-side stuff.
Okay, so we've gone from JavaScript just making things look pretty and interactive on a web page to it can handle all the behind-the-scenes action on the server now, too.
Exactly. It was revolutionary. Think about it now. You can potentially build an entire web application, front end and back end, using the same language.
Yeah.
Consistency, less context switching for developers. It's huge.
So efficiency is a big part of this. And I know there's this other aspect of Node.js that everyone raves about, non-blocking architecture. I'll be honest, that sounds a little intimidating. Can you break it down for us?
I can try. It's actually pretty straightforward once you get the basic idea. Imagine you're a chef in a busy restaurant, right?
Okay, I can picture that.
So in a traditional system, a blocking system, you'd take an order, make the whole dish from start to finish, every last detail, and then you'd move on to the next order. But with Node.js, it's like you're this super efficient chef. You take an order, start prepping it, maybe get something cooking, and while that's going, you immediately move on to the next order and the next. You're constantly utilizing every second, and things are getting done much faster because you're not waiting for each task to be 100% complete before moving on.
So it's all about multitasking, but for code. No downtime.
Exactly. And that's what makes it perfect for applications that need to handle a ton of requests at the same time, like, say, a real-time chat app or a streaming service, anything where speed and responsiveness are super important.
Makes sense. And to make things even more efficient, we have frameworks, right?
Got it. Frameworks are like these pre-built structures for developers. Think of it like building a house. You could start from scratch every single time, or you could use a blueprint and some pre-made walls, doors, windows.
Right, it's a template.
Exactly. Frameworks like Express.js, which is super popular in the Node.js world, they provide these sets of tools, libraries, guidelines that just make building web applications and APIs so much faster and more streamlined.
Okay, so summing it all up, we've got this crazy efficient platform with Node.js made even smoother with frameworks like Express.js. For those of us who aren't coding whizzes, what's the big takeaway here? What can we, as everyday users, actually do with Node.js? What's it powering in our digital lives?
Oh man, so much. Remember those real-time chat apps and streaming services we talked about? Node.js is often the powerhouse behind those. Or ever notice how some websites update instantly without you having to refresh the page? Yeah, that's probably Node.js doing its thing. It's all about speed and scalability.
You know, it's funny because most people probably interact with Node.js every single day and have no idea. It's kind of running the show behind the curtain.
It really is, which is a testament to how powerful and versatile it is. And that makes you wonder, what else will we see Node.js powering in the future, right?
Great question. And on that note, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive. Thanks for joining us on TechSphere to explore the amazing world of Node.js. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend about the show. Catch you next time.